You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth. You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth. You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth. You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth. You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth. You want some truth? I'll tell you the truth.
Look, yeah, bitch, I got the belt. Ho, I keep it real. All I know is take care of my folk. Get them dollar bills. How I feel to know that you were great, but you underground. Can't wait till I'm bumping in they whip. How you like me now? I'm from the south. I came up out the four where niggas never change. Go to work for $7.25. That drove me insane. You gon' slang a go and get a job.
What up, yo? What up, Brandon? What up, Matt? Appreciate y'all joining. I'm gonna send this link to the Zoom link to C right now. This is his newest single, Steak and Shrimp 2. Check this shit out. I'm gonna leave this shit on repeat for a minute while we're waiting for him. How's everybody doing? How's everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. We're officially on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same goddamn time. Let's go, baby. We did it. We got alerts set up for all that shit. We got it. It's all good to go. So please try to interact with the stream as much as possible tonight. I'm trying to see how this shit is working. Trying to see how I get messages from Twitch, Facebook, all the shit. So follow, subscribe, donate if you can, if you're willing. I'm just trying to see how all these notifications and shit work. I want to see how everything's looking. So if you guys get a chance for all that, please just interact with the stream as much as possible. I just launched Zoom. We're gonna get Cee in here ASAP. I'm excited to talk to this guy. Just a little background information. Like 2-3 years ago, probably 3 years ago now, when I first started this whole idea of talking truth and wanting to build a hip hop community, he was one of the first guys to reach out to me on Twitter and tell me that he thought I had a dope idea. So it's going to be really dope to catch up with him. He hasn't released music since then. He had just released music when I had started the idea. I got the stream up and running, and he starts releasing music right now too. Perfect timing for an interview and a chat. I'm super excited. Awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know that I sound good on YouTube. That's good to know, because I haven't. This is the first stream where we're doing all platforms. So feedback is good, interaction is good. I appreciate all that. Thank you so much, Matt. Much appreciated. We just copied the link to the Zoom chat right now. We're gonna get that over to him. Gotta email that to him. How's everybody's day going? Everybody having a good day? Everybody, who's got some new hip hop music? Anybody listen to anything new? What's new out there? I know the Mind released something new with Kari and Felix recently. Chris Webby released Raw Thoughts 4, Raw Thoughts 6 or something like that. I can't remember what number he's on now. It's so many. There was some other shit that happened too. There's been a lot of new shit that happened over in the last couple weeks here. I'm sending this invite to him right now. Let's run that shit back. Actually, let's see. I know he's got another project on Tidal as well. I'm gonna play something off of that Tidal project right now. You guys can hear me okay? On the stream? I'm not seeing any audio levels for myself. Oh, there it is. I see it. Somehow got all the way down there. Okay. I was worried I wasn't coming across for a second there, but we all good. Alright, we got that. Compose. We gotta get your boys email in here. So excited for this interview. I love talking to people face to face for the first time. You may have to take him out, Rosie. I apologize, but you should probably take him out, because he did drink some water before he went to down for his nap as well. We got this. We got our dog Brayburn here. He just woke up from a nap. That's basically all he does throughout the day, is take naps, which is cool with me. But when he's not napping, he's all up in your shit. Does not leave you alone. All he wants is love, which isn't bad. No. But it can get a little annoying sometimes. Alright, we're sending this link over to Cee right now. I'm sorry for the delay here, guys. Copy invitation. Pasted. That's not the one. That's not the one. Come on, invite. Copy invite link. And paste it. Sent over. Alright, that invite link is sent over, so all we are waiting for is Cee to accept that, and I'm sure he'll be coming through the chat here pretty shortly. Let's see. Sounds good. Let me see. Did that message come up in? Oh, it did. Nice. The Facebook message came up in the chat thing as well. That's awesome. So all the messages on all platforms are coming through. I can see messages from everybody over there. That's amazing. It says that I had a skipped frame over the last 2 minutes. Is everything looking okay still for you guys? Is my internet treating you all right? I don't know if it's treating me all right, but all right. We got Cee in the waiting room. Let's get him over here and ready to go. Pretty excited. Let's get it. Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yep. I can hear you. I'm pretty sure they got it. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you got audio on Cee. Yo, man, it's nice to finally meet you and nice to talk to you for the first time, man. This is great. I think I was just telling the chat like 2 or 3 years ago is when I first came up with the the idea for my platform. You were one of the first guys to really interact with me about it on Twitter and give me positive feedback. So I'm super pumped to catch up with you, see what you've been up to, and kind of show off what I've been working on, man. Because I've been putting in some work over the last year. So. Shit. What's your actual name? I like to know your name too, because
my real name, my real name is Calvin.
Calvin. Okay.
Yeah.
Go by Cee434 then? Is that like?
I always go by just C.
C. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll call you C then. My name is Nate. A lot of people end up calling me Talkin Truth most of the time, so I like to make sure everybody knows my name too, because I'm really bad at introducing myself and then other people around me too. If I got like my wife with me or something, I'm with a group of people. That's like, I think my biggest downfall is not knowing how to introduce people properly to other people.
I hear that.
Awesome. Everybody can hear you on that side. Shit, man, we're live on all 3 platforms for the first time tonight, so this is kind of a big deal for me. I'm super excited you were able to join. So how's your day going, man? What you been up to today?
Man, I just been chilling, man, trying to enjoy my day off, play some 2K, listen to some music, regular stuff, man, for real.
What do you play 2K on? PS4, Xbox? What's
Xbox, definitely Xbox, man.
Okay.
No PlayStation over here.
I've always had PlayStation my whole life. I've never had an Xbox. I got raked on Halo one time over at my buddy's house. And I was like, nah, fuck this game, fuck this system. I don't like the controller. I never picked up another Xbox. PlayStation for life. But it's funny. I play Call of Duty with guys that run Xbox all the time too. It's they funny jabbing at each other all the time. Man, your system's trash. That's why you're playing bad. That's so
right. I mean, they gonna do everything cross-platform eventually, so it ain't even gonna matter what you got after a while.
Word. Shit, man. So Steak and Shrimp 2 just dropped. That shit goes crazy. It sounds really dope. It sounds clean. You sound awesome. What inspired that release? What made you wanna put that one out, man?
Man, I've been wanting to do like a sequel to the first one. I did the first one on my first project, Hennessy and Grape Juice.
Mm-hmm.
And Steak and Shrimp is like a metaphor of sorts. And just being inspired to make new content, I wanted to kind of like get in that mindset again of like, with everything going on, it's really easy to be discouraged. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to like put myself back in that mindset of like going for success, going towards being successful again, working towards my goals again. You know what I'm saying? And that feeling kind of inspired me just writing the sequel to the first one. You know what I'm saying? Hell
yeah. I see you all the time on Instagram, on your stories, posting pretty much the same thing every morning, preaching just love, prosperity, all that good stuff. Do you see yourself as a motivator? Because I feel like even just seeing them the last few days, seeing your stories have motivated me to get up and do something productive with my life. And, it just...
I hope so. I hope people like, that's as an artist, that's my whole goal is just to inspire. You know what I'm saying? I hope that like when people hear my music, it's inspiring you to do something different. Mm-hmm. To embrace yourself, to embrace who it is you want to become, that type of thing. That's really, and that's a big thing about like the song is like just trying to embrace who you meant to become or who you want to become. You know what I'm saying? Whatever success means to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Is there anybody in your life growing up that kind of taught that to you, or did you have to kind of find that out the hard way yourself? Because I'm kind of the latter. Like, I kind of realized, like, I can't live my life for other people. Like, it was when I got in the middle of college where I was like, fuck, this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is stupid. Nobody ever told me. I just assumed that my parents wanted me to go to college. I assumed this and that. And then I had to learn, like, well... shit, I gotta just live life for myself, not what other people want me to do. So is there somebody that like instilled that in you in the beginning, or is that something you kind of had to learn yourself?
I had to learn it. My moms and my pops always was like, you could be whatever you want to be. I just don't think they thought I was gonna pick rapper. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I think for the longest time, I assumed that school was like the route to being who you want to be. And I figured that out. Once I got out of school so quickly. I finished school when I was 20. I finished college when I was 20.
Oh, wow.
So once I got out of school, yeah, it was a lot. It took me like figuring out like, wow, this is not what I want to do. Like I worked for a tech company for like 3, 4 years, and I was like, yeah, this is not it. This
Not the
is not
sauce.
it. I mean, I made music the whole time. You know, I've been making music forever, but it was like I realized I could not do both. Like I could not be a halfway musician. It was not gonna fly. There's
Yeah.
no way I was gonna be successful and be a part-time artist. So
What
yeah,
inspired
I
you to
had to
want to
figure
be an artist? I guess hip hop. Was hip hop a big influence for you growing up? Was I guess poetry kind of was that an easy way for you to make an outlet? Because poetry and hip hop just kind of fall hand in hand. What made you want to use that outlet as something to express yourself?
definitely. I mean, you know, definitely hip hop. You grow up. I grew up. I'm from the South, so I grew up like hearing just music all the time. My mom's was a local gospel artist,
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
and I used to go to like rehearsals with her, studio with her, and I did that from a really young age. So like seeing that, and then of course like listening to music. You know, I was listening to Nas in middle school. You know, like
Okay.
so like just always being around music. I played in marching band. I just was always around music, no matter what, classical music, gospel, jazz, whatever. I was always around music. So I just kind of picked it up, man. My mother was playing music in the house all the time. So it's just one of those things I could not escape.
That's awesome. What did you play in marching band? What was your favorite instrument to play? How many different ones can you play, and what's your favorite?
I played I played probably every saxophone
Okay.
and I played on drumline. I played on drumline and marching band my senior year. I definitely enjoyed drumline a little more. Uh, I played baritone saxophone and marching band, and man, that thing is heavy.
Yeah.
So that you know, I played bass drum my senior year, and though it's a big instrument, it's you know it's a rim, you know, and that's really it, you know,
Yeah.
covering over the rim, you know, that's it. It was really light, you know, I wasn't running out of breath trying to march, you know, 30, 40 yards at a time. So it was cool. A bass drum was way better than saxophone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think one of the most important lessons you learned throughout high school was that you still carry with you today?
Um, man, just work on unapologetically being yourself. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of high school trying to I think we all did, right? Trying to like find out where we fit in.
Yep.
I spent, you know, I spent a good majority of probably not just high school, but just grade school in general, just trying to find my spot or find my niche or fit in with a particular crowd. And by the time I got to like my junior year, I was like, man, I'm just gonna work on being myself. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out who I am. And so just unapologetically be yourself, right? Because everybody else is taken, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Definitely. How many albums do you have out right now, or like whole projects, bodies of work?
Two. I
Two.
got Hennessy and Grape Juice, which is on SoundCloud,
Okay.
and then Black Truck Pimpin', which is on all streaming platforms.
Perfect. I just want to make sure everybody knows where to get the music, how to get the music, everything like that. Is there a certain platform that you like the most? What one do you use to listen to music the most?
I use Spotify.
Spotify. Okay.
Yeah, definitely
Cool.
use Spotify.
You big into making playlists at all? You got a lot of playlists on there. Do you follow other people's playlists? Do you just like kind of use random? How do you use that shit? Because I feel like it's really versatile. You can use it a lot of different
Yeah.
ways, and I feel like every time I talk to somebody, they use it differently.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the algorithm is so crazy, man, on Spotify. Like, it's almost like they know what you're gonna like. You know what I'm saying?
That suggestion shit is crazy.
Oh, it's wow. Like that daily mix shit. Oh my God. Like, I'm talking about like I went through a week of just like listening to like old 2000 shit. So like Young Bloods, Trillville, Lil Scrappy, just a bunch of like old down south shit. And like the next week, it was like everything. They had like Crime Mob, old little, like all on one daily mix. So like the daily mix is probably my favorite. You know, of course, I do a lot of like just going straight to profile. So whichever artist I like, just going straight to their profile and listening to something, you know, listen to an album that I like or the new single or whatever.
Yeah.
That's usually how I use it. But if it's not that, it's daily mixes, man. Like the daily mixes is crazy. Like,
Do you remember the first ever piece of music that you bought from the store?
first piece of music I got from this. Well, maybe not that I bought. That somebody gifted me an album really early on. It was the first two Lil Bow Wow albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The first two, and I listened to them joints like they were the best thing ever. The first two Lil Bow Wow albums. Those were actually my first. I want to say those might have been my first hip hop albums.
Okay.
First two Bow Wow albums. Yeah.
He's the one who's in that movie Like Mike, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in a bunch of movies, man. Yeah.
I just remember that one specifically. He's that was hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah, Bow Wow, he's a legend, man. You got to give Bow Wow his flowers, man. He's a legend.
That's so funny because there's an artist here from Chicago. I don't know if you know him. His name's Joseph Chilliams. I don't know the exact reasoning behind it, but every live show, it's fuck Bow Wow.
What? He's from Pivot, right? He's from Pivot Gang, right?
Pivot Gang. Yep, Joseph Chilliams. I don't know what his beef with Bow Wow is. I really need to get him on the stream to ask him where that originated from and why he said that. But that's like a thing now with him is fuck Bow Wow. It's so funny.
Damn.
I don't know why, but that's funny that you bring that up.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, man. Bow Wow's this shit, man.
So you know Pivot Gang then? What other Chicago artists are you familiar with that you really like?
Definitely, all of Pivot. I'm familiar with them. Of course, No Name, Chance. I know a little bit of Mick Jenkins stuff.
Okay.
I was like into the drill scene early, so some of the early drill artists. Yeah, man. Super old Common.
Okay.
So like, Can I Borrow a Dollar, stuff like that. I like all of the super early Common albums with all of the No ID production.
Okay.
So yeah, I know a lot of Chicago stuff.
That's dope. How are you with features? Is there anybody you're trying to get on an upcoming project that you're working on? Are you more like just want to work on your own shit, or how do features work for you?
Man, I would love to do more features. I've been looking into that lately, but for the most part, it's just trying to figure out what I'm working on, like what I would work on with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Especially like
we choose truth over
with the way
facts.
the world's going right now, man. I haven't really been going to like sessions and shit like that. I just been in the house.
Yeah.
So I would love to like send somebody something. You know what I'm saying? Like I got several producers that I work with, and then I produce myself. So I would rather just like put something together and we'll send it back and forth. But I ain't really in no sessions or nothing.
Okay.
So, but features, I'm definitely looking into doing some features in the future.
How has this year and the craziness with all the lockdown shit and all that, how has that how does your productivity differ from like the last album or project that you put out to now? Are you in the process of putting something together at the moment, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a new project coming first quarter next year. But man, I can't lie, man.
We choose
I'm
truth
in New
over
York.
facts.
So when the lockdown happened at the top of the year, it was different here. Like a lot of people kind of eased into it, and then here, man, like it was crazy. Like I was stressed out. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like and I'm a big germaphobe, man. Like I'm like the guy at work with like, yeah, man. I'm like the guy at work with like hand sanitizer all the time anyway, like gloves anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when all of this stuff happened, bro, I was messed up. So my productivity, definitely the first like 8 months of the year, I almost slowed down to a stop, man, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, around the time I did Steak and Shrimp, I kind of picked up and started doing stuff for the tape, and I had to push it back a little bit. But first quarter, I should be coming. It should be coming out. We've done everything except really just mixed the last few records. I got some verses that gotta get done, but we're pretty close for the next project. It's a short one. It's gonna be an EP.
Okay.
But I'm pretty close on getting the next one done. And
how has everything changed your approach to writing? Does your writing process change at all? Do you still write the same as you did before, or like do you keep like a journal of stuff? Do you write it down randomly, or do you like go into like listening to a beat and then you write to that beat? How does that writing process overall look for you?
Man, it depends, man. If I get a beat from like a producer I work with, usually I just wait until the first one that inspires me. I just play a bunch, and the first one that inspires me, I'll write to it. Mm-hmm. A record like Steak and Shrimp 2, I did the beat for it, so I'm writing as I'm making the beat a lot of times. In that situation, I'm usually coming up with the hook and everything as I'm making the beat, and then I'll kind of tweak everything. It's a weird process when you make the beat. It's really weird, but it's a lot. It's a lot. The process is a lot more streamlined when you get a beat from somebody and it's already done. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to worry about that part. None of the mechanical stuff. You just kind of, write your rhymes. It's really a stream of consciousness thing, though. If I come in with a topic, I try to stay on topic. But if I don't come in with a topic, whatever I'm inspired by that day, something might have happened at work, and a light bulb might have went off, or I might have wrote a line down while I'm driving or something. I might just jot something in the phone at the stoplight. It's random. It's all on inspiration most of the time.
That's cool. It's interesting that you mentioned the difference between writing and in production. You try to listen for a little. Oh, what could go here? What could go there? Like you gotta mess with so many different things and then get to the writing process. So that's like a whole nother layer. I never really thought about when people produce their own shit and then write to it. Do you ever write while you're producing, or is it you gotta wait to write when you're done? Yeah,
all the time. Like for this joint, I definitely wrote. Like I'm writing the hook as I'm producing. Like I don't know. It's a weird thing, I guess, because you can hear the final product as you're making the song. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when you produce, you can hear it as you're making the song. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird though, because it's a different type of music making. I'm not fishing for words. You know what I'm saying? I'm words are coming to me, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out, is this snare pattern what I want? Is this kick hitting hard enough or whatever? Can I put a synth with this in front of this sample?
Yeah.
It's weird, but like I said, usually it's all about inspiration. Whatever I'm inspired by at the moment, I just kind of just go with the flow, man. I don't want to restrict myself at all.
You spoke a little bit about success earlier when right at the beginning. What is success to you? Is that something that you've attained right now? Is success something that changes over time? How do you view success for yourself?
I think if you're happy and you've accomplished the goals that you set for yourself, you're successful. Hell yeah. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I don't think I'm successful yet, but every day I feel closer and closer to my goal. So, I at least know I'm working towards success.
You're succeeding.
Yeah, I'm succeeding. Yeah. We'll get to success at some point.
Hell yeah.
But
on your way there?
Yeah, I'm on my way there.
Can you kind of speak on the importance of having a solid group of people around you? Let me rephrase this. I'm going to ask a few questions according to, I guess, the brand and everything. The trees are really prevalent for Talkin' Truth. We'll start with the roots. I jumped one question ahead there. The roots represent your values and what you see is how you see the world and everything. So what would you say are some of your core values that hold you down as a person? Also, Tim, I'll get to your question in a little bit after these few branded questions, buddy.
Definitely, being yourself. I'm big on just be yourself. Everybody else is taken. So, ain't nobody in your lane, ain't no traffic in your lane. Just focus on unapologetically being yourself. Um, my my motto is your story is important. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
like if you realize that the things that make you different are also what make you uh, important or interesting, or whatever box you're trying to check. You know, the only way you check that box honestly, like from an honest standpoint, is to be yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's probably my number one core value is just to be yourself. Um, and then after that, of course, you know, use your story to help, to motivate, to inspire people around you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might hear something, one person might hear something you said, and that might brighten their day up. That might that might make them think differently about their situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you know, that might be the one thing that makes them say, "Yo, I'm gonna keep going today." That one positive thing you said, that one compliment that might help that person get to the next day, get to the
Mm-hmm.
next week. You know what I'm saying? So just uh, being yourself and trying to help, motivate, inspire. Those are probably the two biggest things as far as my brand goes. The roots of my brand for sure.
That's dope, and that's kind of funny because I asked if you saw yourself as a motivator. That was like the second thing I think I asked you. So
Yeah,
and this is
yeah, for
perfect.
sure.
Came full circle right there. That's one of your top two values. So that's
For sure.
amazing. Moving up on the tree analogy, the body of the tree represents the people that you keep around you. They help support you, help you stand up as a person. So how important is it to you to have that good body of people, and how does that help you succeed as a person? Because I know, there's an independent artist named Chris Webby. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but
Yeah,
he went through a year and a half rough patch of having terrible management. Terrible. They were stealing his money, not giving a fuck about booking the right shows. Like, he just had the wrong fucking people around him, and it showed. Like, his music suffered a
yeah,
little bit. Like, his mental suffered a little bit. He just wasn't fully, like, he wasn't his best self, and I mean, thankfully he battled through it. He pushed through that. But I guess just speak on, do you have that good foundation of people right now? Are you still looking for that? How do you feel about that right now?
as far as my music, yeah, I'm still looking for like a team,
Mm-hmm.
putting together a team around me. But in my everyday life, sure, man, definitely. Of course, my parents, my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
my sister, that my other, like, my friends, that my close friends that do music, and then the guys I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
Those are they keep me going. They keep me on my toes. They tell me the truth. They don't. I don't hang with any yes men or yes women. I don't. I try not to be around anybody that's trying to pacify me, or you know, I don't want to say this to you because I don't want you to be mad. Or nah, man. Like, everybody that's around me, uh, they're gonna tell you the truth. Like,
Hell yeah.
they're gonna make sure, like, they're not sugarcoating anything. It's all about telling you the truth, and helping you become the best version of yourself, for sure.
And that's perfect. Ties right into the brand too.
For sure, right.
There's two more parts of the tree. One of the third part is the branches, and that would represent the experiences in life that have helped you grow. So can you maybe speak on a couple experiences you've had maybe lately that have helped you grow as a person, or have made you look more positively on the world? Because there's been a lot of negativity lately. So
Yeah. Man. Well, I don't know. Like, in March, man, I didn't know where we were going to be now.
yeah.
And so just this whole experience, this, dealing with all of the negative that's been going on from the pandemic to, racial injustice and you know, the economic disparity that's going on nationwide, and it's so much. Like being able to like navigate, it makes you appreciate. Number one, it makes you appreciate everything before March 2020 that you took for granted. You know, like you're like, damn, man, I can't wait to like go to an open mic. You know what I'm saying? Like just small shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I can't wait to like get on a plane and not, you know, feel uncomfortable. You know, you know, I've felt, I don't know, like I feel like mentally I'm definitely stronger now, having gone through everything in the last what is it, 8 months now almost?
Yeah. Just
Damn.
about.
Damn. Yeah, so everything in the last 8 months, I mean, that's the most recent. This whole pandemic, just 2020, just in general. The whole 2020 has definitely taught me, like, man, like you're a little stronger than you thought you would. You know, you're a little mentally stronger than you thought you would. So that for me, that's the most recent thing. And then of course, man, just like sticking with the music. You know, you feel every emotion when you're an artist trying to make it, especially if you're trying to do it independent like me. You feel every emotion, man. You feel when you get that W, you feel the wins. You know, you feel the high of you know, seeing an idea that you came up with, or you know, a hunch that you had go to the positive. And when you get the L, you feel it, man. You feel the negatives, man. You feel the money that you spent that you can't get back right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel all that. So, you know, the just being an artist and trying to navigate, you know, it's that's helped me as a person, you know, tremendously, for sure.
The last part of the tree analogy is the leaves. Leaves that either stay there or fall off. They're the lessons that you've taken from those experiences that you, whatever. They're gonna go. They're gonna. Some of them are gonna stay. Some of them are gonna go. But eventually, you know, you're gonna take a lesson away from everything. So what's, I guess, one of the most important lessons you've learned recently?
Oh man, just keep going, man. Just keep going. That's probably the biggest one. Is like what's that J. Cole line? He like if you never quit, you never fail. Like that's real. You know what I'm saying? You just have to keep going, man. Like regardless of whatever's going on, you just keep going. Some days you're gonna wake up and you ain't feeling it. You ain't feeling like work today. You ain't feeling like working towards being successful today. You know, some days you just ain't feeling it, but you have to keep going. You know, some days you ain't feeling like picking up the weights and getting your workout in, you know, getting your push-ups or whatever it is you do to stay fit. Or you don't feel like making breakfast and making your salads and shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that however you trying to better yourself. Some days you don't feel like doing it, but you have to keep going. You know, you have to keep working towards that. And that's probably the biggest lesson I learned, is just keep going, man. Like, cause you at the, like, a lot of times people get to a point where it's like you go further going backwards than you do going forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For sure.
You spoke a little bit on like being independent and stuff, and one of the answers there. Who are some of the independent artists that you look up to that have built something, like maybe their own record label, or that have built something out of nothing? Like one of the guys that like was pretty much from nothing when I started talking to was Smino, and now he's got this whole Zero Fatigue thing, and he's basically the king of St. Louis, and that dude carries himself like nobody I've ever seen before. It's like he went from being this weird, awkward guy I've heard from like people close to me, like people didn't want to work with Smino when back in the day, and now he's just got, like he's built this dope thing. So are there any other artists like that maybe that you look up to that have inspired you to keep going and go the independent route?
Man, I look at I've always looked at like Master P and what he was able to do. I mean, people laughed at like Master P when he first started putting records together, and to see him go from you know, from the projects and in New Orleans to like I think they say 75 million records he sold under No Limit. I mean, he had like an 85-15 split with Priority or some crazy number. You know what I'm saying? I've always looked up to P, man, because he did it. I think, people talk about Chance, and Chance went to like the next level with the independent shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like people forget, like Master P did the independent route, and then he flipped it into a partnership where, it was just like pay for the marketing or whatever, and we got it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Master P, Nipsey Hussle, definitely. I mean, Dog flipped the $100 CD into he didn't even reveal the terms with Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't even reveal how good the terms were because part of the terms was that he didn't reveal how good they were. You know what I'm saying? So seeing his independent grind and all the catalog that he built up over the years, a lot of people don't realize how long Nipsey grinded until Victory Lap. Man, it's one more I'm missing. Oh, it's Russ, man. Russ.
That dude's crazy.
Russ is eating so much off an independent catalog. It's not like, man, like I think at one point he was saying like he was doing like several 10,000 like every month.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? Like off an independent catalog, like off any catalog. He just, you know what I'm saying? He did like the whole, instead of putting out one body of work, he took like 26 weeks and just put out one song every week. You know what I'm saying? And man, he flipped that into a deal, but he kept the catalog out the deal. So, he kept getting his money on his residuals or whatever, independently from his deal, which is crazy. Like, it's insane. So those are some people I look up to, definitely.
That's awesome. Perspective is kind of a cool word because everybody has their own. So like, can you just kind of speak on perspective and how important it is to, I guess, not judge off of an individual moment. Mick Jenkins has a project called Pieces of a Man, where the whole concept is to, you might have come across me that day in the grocery store and I made it seem like an asshole, but bro, like I was having a shitty day, like, so I'm not an asshole. That's just like